Awesome.
Okay, we are live again, and I am super excited to be hosting the 10K Global Women in Business Marketing Tour that goes all the way from March all the way to July the 22nd. We're super excited as women globally come on this platform weekly to be able to share about who they are, what they do, and their passion. We are next level two women entrepreneur where we help women to expose their business by providing speaking platforms to share who they are and also provide support through our coaching and business network. We've been doing this for over 8 years and we're super excited about all what God continues to do for women globally, entrepreneurs as they continue to grow their business. Well, without further ado, my name again is Oluwafunke Fullenwinder. I go by Sunshine, and I truly love the opportunity to be able to serve all these women globally. With me and my great team, it makes it possible for us to reach so many people. So I just want to take a moment to tell my team, thank you so much, and I love you with all my heart. So, without further ado, we have our next speaker, Heather Byrd. She is a wonderful woman that I truly respect. She actually is going to be speaking to us today about how to use your story and expertise to turn your prospects into paying clients. What an amazing topic. And us business owners, we definitely need this in our business. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to her.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here. I am super excited to share with you all what I know and to bring you in on the conversation. I will give you a heads up. I am very interactive. So, whether or not you are watching this live or if you're watching this on the replay, I definitely want you all to be engaged with this conversation. So, if you are here with me now, definitely type in the chat who you are, where you're coming from, and your business so that I know how I can align this conversation with what you all bring to the table. But like Sunshine mentioned, my name is Heather Byrd, and I am here to speak with you about how to use your story and your expertise to turn your prospects into paying clients. Now, some of you all might be asking, who are we, right? Well, Bird's World is really here to inspire and transform lives one story at a time. So we help educators, entrepreneurs, and experts write and publish their dynamic books so that they can turn their prospects into paying clients. And we are on a mission to help 1,000 women of color. Yes, you heard me right. 1,000 women of color tell their stories by December 31st of 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. We ain't playing. We have a goal, and we want to be able to bring you into this mission to help us reach this goal so that we can have a rippling effect on all of the stories and our expertise that we have to share with the world. Now, some of you all might be asking, who is Bird? And I love to be able to introduce myself in this way because it's a fun way and another way that storytelling really has an opportunity to introduce people to this space. Like I mentioned before, my name is Heather Bird. I am from the House of Roberts. I am the first of my name, the giver of giggles and hugs, catalyst of voice, story, and badassery, the queen of quirky, the creator of legacy and possibility, writer of inspiration and word witchery. I am a believer of magic and rebirth, holder of sun and moon, high priestess of hummingbirds, winner of awards, lover of tacos, bubbles, balloons, and tea. I am also a defier of gravity and language and spreader of wings and dreams. Now, some of you all might be like, well, what all does that mean? First of all, it's just a really fun way to be able to introduce myself and that you all could also take with you to introduce yourselves as you are in different spaces. But you might also be asking, why me? Like, why am I here with you all today? And I want to just be able to share with you all. I discovered the power and the impact of words at the age of 6 when I wrote my first book. I was able to see how people turn their heads and pay attention to people who use their words in a way that really transforms lives. And I realized actually 2 months ago that I actually wanted a word for that when I was 6. Like, it was kind of crazy. I got to go down to Springfield, and I'm originally from Chicago. So I got to go down to Springfield and meet Patricia McLaughlin. It was this huge deal. Um, But that was like my first door into the possibility of what a book can do, right? I also received my bachelor's in performance arts, which is a combination of both English and theater. I received a master's in organizational leadership so that I can bring this all together in business. And then I also have a certificate in spoken word pedagogy. I am a published author, y'all. I have my own book called Mahogany, A Love Letter to Black, and I am also a contributor in Trouble the Waters, Hope Ignited, and Expressions of Inglewood. I am also an international award winning poet, author, and producer, which includes awards for Best Storytelling, National Artist of the Year, Fringe Meister, and then most recently, I am the 2022 International Award winner for the magazine issue that I did called I See You through the Cornell Report. And that puts me really on the platform of big names like Google, Netflix, BBC, National Geographic, HBO Max, The Trevor Show, the Daily Show with Trevor Noah, and so many more. I was actually there earlier today giving a presentation showing folks how they can bring in guest editors to do this work. And really work to amplify voices. So I am super excited to be with you all today. Now, I have a question for you. And if you are here with me, please, please, please let me know. But I have a question for you that I want you to really think about. I want you to think about, have you ever wondered what it would be like to increase the number of clients that you serve? And I really want you to be able to take that thought and really imagine what would it feel like to write your book and hold your book in your hand that has all of the knowledge, all of your expertise and stories in it so that you can get your ideal clients. We're diving into the meat of this, right? And I really want you to think about what it will look like to have a detailed plan so that you can take your book concept to completion so that you can be a published author. So if you are with me, either again live or in the replay, I want you to type one in the chat if you have ever wanted to write a book. Just let us know who is out there in the world and let us know whether or not this is something that you want to do so people can also see themselves in this process, right? I want you to write a two, type a two in the chat if you have actually had the chance to write your book. If you have actually seen this gold come to fruition for you, right? And there's no judgment either way. I just kind of want to just take a look to see what that looks like, right? And if you typed one in the chat, how long have you wanted to write your book? Some people have wanted to write their book and thought about this 6 months ago. Some people have thought about it 2 years ago, 5, 10 years ago. And no matter where you are in that process, I want you all to be able to see that you are not alone, right? This process of writing a book spans over the course of so much time. The important thing is that you are not the only person that is in that space, and there is a solution to your problem that I really, really want you all to be able to consider, right? So when we think about this, right, regardless of whether or not you typed your one or typed the two, the problem really is that approximately 80% of Americans want to write a book. But out of that 80%, only 3% actually do it. And we really want to be able to focus on that gap of why more people are not writing their books. And then when we break that down even further, you have out of that 3%, less than 10% of those people are actually people of color. So out of 10,000 books that are out there in the world, less than 24 are written by a person of color. And if we break that down even further, even less than that are written by a woman of color. This means that our stories are not being told. They're not being published. People don't have an opportunity to see our expertise. People don't have an opportunity to see themselves in the stories that are being told. So we want to be able to close this gap. Now, once we start thinking about this 80% and this 3%, the question that comes to me is like, what's stopping people? What's stopping you from writing your book? So if you did type one in the chat, I want to know what's stopping you from writing your book. And I want to let you know that I've heard it all. So you cannot shock me. I don't want you to be shy. There's going to be someone else that is out there in the world that is also having the same challenge that you are having. So I really want you to lean into this exercise and to think about what has stopped you from writing your book. And when I've asked this question to other folks, I have heard a plethora of challenges that people have having that they have, but it really boils down to three main reasons why people don't write their books. They don't have the time, they don't have a plan, which then leads into the time issue that they have. And then they don't have the proper support and community to help them actually execute this journey of writing a book, right? A lot of my clients really strive to build better relationships with their readers. They want to be able to tell the right stories and share the right information to really help transform lives. And they also want to be able to grow their business by expanding their visibility through a book. Now, a lot of people, when they come across this, they think, well, how am I going to do this? Instead of thinking about the how, what you want to be able to do is remove that frustration, remove that overwhelm, remove that confusion, and really think about who can make this happen with you as a guide so that you are able to move this process forward. You might be procrastinating because you don't know what this process looks like. So you avoid the things that you should be doing to get this process done. Again, you are not alone. I see you in this process. And I really want you to think about how you can let go of the how and really lean into the guide that you can lean into to do this work, right? So you might be thinking, well, why do I even want to write a book, right? Some people have that desire to write a book immediately, and others don't, and that is perfectly fine. And I really wanted to highlight just a couple of things when we start talking about the benefits of writing a book. If you have ever had someone tell you a story, right? And you are built into that story. There's an emotional connection. Stories really have the power to invoke empathy, compassion, and a sense of shared experiences. When you're able to see yourselves in the stories that are being told, that helps to build that trust. All of us as business owners want to be able to build trust with our potential clients so that they come to us. We all move through this world by referral, right? And so because we're referring, people trust that the work that's going to be done is going to be done well. When you tell stories, you're able to really have that and build that emotional connection with your folks. You're also able to increase engagement, right? Because you're telling stories, you become a little bit more relatable to the reader so that they know who you are. There's a door into your world. And this then opens up this door to your products or your services that you provide. And then really it improves that retention. People remember stories. They might not remember where you are, but they remember how you got there through the stories that you're being told. So your book is really going to help you become more engaging, more memorable, and impactful through the stories that you're telling for the experience for your audience, right? You also want to be able to think about further benefits of a book. You're able to increase your visibility through this amazing lead magnet. Again, that people get to experience that know, like, and trust factor with you. You get to establish your authority in the field and you get to draw in the right amount of clients, the right client that you really want to work with, right? So this is really a door opener for you. So one of the solutions that we have come up with at Bird's World is our Future Author Starter Kit program. Again, what we want to be able to do is move you from concept to completion. And our packages really range from $497 to $4,997. And through this process, what we do is we really give you the step by step guidance and tools, an easy to follow, digestible blueprint to help you brainstorm, outline. Brainstorming is my favorite part, y'all. But you get to brainstorm, right? Outline, write, edit, and publish your book in 120 days. All of these steps are really important to help you get your book out into the world. And by doing this, what we really do is address the three main issues that people have. They don't have time, they don't have a plan, and they don't have the proper support. And so, what I want to be able to have you all think about is a particular step in the process, which is our Future Author Starter Kit Masterclass, which really moves you from procrastination to activation. And there are a lot of benefits that are within this process that helps you build in that support, that positive support that you need, implementing strategies. You'll have a clear blueprint through this process. You develop healthy habits and stay motivated through this process. And most importantly, you are able to start the process of writing your book and get it done quicker, faster, sooner. I just want to talk about Joan real quick. Joan is someone who I met 2 years ago, who stumbled upon my emails that I was sending, and she was finally ready to write her book after 7 years. She came up on our Future Author Starter Kit program. And through our masterclass, she was really able to dive into the work that she's always wanted to be able to do. And she felt like I was in the room while working with her. Also, we have monthly Q&A sessions, and through those Q&A sessions, you really have an opportunity to answer the questions so that you are no longer stuck in your process. So thank you, Joan, for being a part of that process and being with me on this journey. It's been a beautiful, beautiful journey, right? So today, what I want to be able to get you started on your journey, right? I want you to get access to the tools and easy to follow strategies to help you outline your book through our Future Author Starter Kit program, from idea to outline in only 3 hours, right? And if you are watching this live or within the next 24 hours, y'all have a bonus. So if you are watching this, I would love for you to be able to access a chance to unlock a $50 discount to this masterclass by entering the promo code next level 2. And for the first 3 people that actually sign up using that promo code, I'm going to be able to offer you a free 30-minute session on top of the hour-and-a-half Q&A session that we already have. This is something that is valued at $997, and you will get it for the next 24 hours at the price of $447. And with this, you all will have the opportunity to, again, move out of that procrastination onto the page, really begin to establish your authority. And I'm pretty sure you have not one, not two, but 3 to 7 books inside of you. So we're going to be able to identify the next book that you should be writing, right? You will be able to receive the clarity and confidence that you need to write your book. We will begin to move you into that 3% that we talked about earlier, and you will be able to hold your book outline in your hand along with being a part of that Q&A session. And so there are so many things that are a part of this. You will be able to build beautiful, healthy habits, build a really solid plan for your book, and gain the support and community that you really need to move yourself forward in this process. And so, with that, I want to know, will you be our next success in this process? I will say this is definitely not for you if you want to stay stagnant, if you want to keep swirling in your mind about what is happening and how to write your book. But this is for you if you are ready to get out of your own way, bring these clients into your business, the right type of clients for your business, and be able to access the power of story with your knowledge and expertise to move you forward. So if you are ready to move forward and you want to be our next success, I want you to scan this QR code. And again, you want to make sure to unlock that promo that we have for you. If you use the promo card next level 2, you will get access to that. And I want you to be able to let go of that procrastination and move you forward. So just real quick, pull out your phone, scan this QR code so that you get access to this so that we can write your book and get it done. If you would like to stay in contact with me, here's another QR code where you can get access to all of my social media, my email. If you have questions for me or want to schedule a time with me to just talk through what this journey really looks like to become a future author, I am available for you. So I want to thank Next Level 2 for having me here today. I want to thank Sunshine for inviting me. And let's get y'all book done, y'all. It is time for you to move your prospects into paying clients.
Wow, amazing. There you have it. I mean, after that, everybody's going to want to run and go write a book. Um, and it's so important because we never really think about that as business owners when we're doing our products and services that,
Mhm.
hey, this is just another way I can expose our clients to who we are and what we do. I'm
Yes.
just curious because I know you've worked with hundreds of clients throughout the years you've been in business. What are some of the things that you hear from them on the reasons why they didn't get started?
Oh, they were stuck on the process and being a perfectionist. When we sit down to write, we don't actually take advantage of the fact that our first draft is going to be messy. It's supposed to be messy, right? And when we sit down, we want what we're saying to be perfect. So usually when we're on the computer, we're typing, but we're also constantly editing our work at the same time.
Mm.
I will also say that the confidence within themselves to really understand the power in their story, believing that they have a story that is connected with their business, and the importance of being able to connect those two things. And so there is usually something within their mindset that someone has told them in their past that they can't do this, and
Mm.
because of that they've really held on to that. So in this program, one of the things that we do is really take a look at your mindset as a future author and break down some of those barriers that have stopped you from moving forward, move you past that procrastination and that perfectionism, and really help you get your book down on paper.
Wow, amazing. That being said, I'm just curious, whenever the business client is ready to move forward, what would
Mhm.
be that first step that they should be prepared to do?
Ooh. Let go. Let go of again, that expectation to be a perfectionist. Really surrender to the process. I take folks through a very specific process to help them identify the things that they do well, the topics that will do well, and the things that will actually bring in the money that they need for their business. And that requires some surrendering, right? To the process and to the community, and being honest with themselves. So I would say definitely letting go, definitely surrendering to the process and trusting themselves that they actually have the tools that they need, but they need someone to look at it from a bird's eye view and bring it to fruition.
Wow, very powerful. What is the difference between a business owner doing writing a book by themselves or work versus working with a professional?
Time.
Mm.
If you think about anything that you've ever done by yourself, what is the phrase that that is used? Um, if you want to go quicker, go by yourself. If you want to go farther, go with a group or something like that. I know I'm butchering it a little bit, right? But that's the premise of it. You could go quickly if you wanted to, but in terms of you actually doing it right, it's you're gonna keep backtracking. You're gonna keep backtracking and second guessing yourself. And so if you want to be able to do something well, doing it in community is super, super important. And so if you actually want to save time, there are people that have wanted to write books for 5 years, for 10 years. They write a page here and a page there, but they don't have the practice. They don't have the habits built up. They don't have someone pushing them,
Mm.
and they don't have the blueprint. And so you go a lot further if you pull up MapQuest back in the day, right? And you knew where you started and where you were going, you would get there quicker versus taking a right turn here, a left turn here, praying and going straight for a bit. Like you didn't know where you were going. And so to have that blueprint is really, really important.
Wow, amazing. I love it. I love it. What would you say would be a takeaway that you would actually leave behind for people to be able to just take with them from all what you said?
Mm. Take a leap and understand that your story and your expertise deserves to be out into the world. People need to know who you are so that you can have the positive impact that you want to have with your business. If you want to be able to move the needle within your mission, having a book is going to help you do that work so that people have that time to get to know who you are, trust you, and be on board a lot easier. So, yeah, understanding that you have what it takes and that you can do this. It's about having the right guide by your side to make it happen.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, if you can you share with us again which social media platforms you are on the most, and to see how we can connect with you?
Absolutely. So I will put in, well, I can't put in the comment section, but however, if you were to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, it is at Blue, BLU, Bird, BYRDS, World, WORLD. So that's Blue Birds World on both Facebook and Instagram. You can follow me there for some tips and tricks on things that you can do, questions you should be asking yourself when moving forward in your author journey. And if you have any questions, you can always scan this QR code and reach out to me, and we can always have a conversation.
So you have it. Thank you so much, Heather, for coming onto this platform. We definitely appreciate the knowledge that you've provided and being able to let us know how important it is to be able to have a book that's written about you or either your business. It remind me of when I first started on this journey with Next Level. I'll never forget. We had a speaking engagement where I actually had to speak, and there was an author. She wrote this amazing book, but she was like, I haven't been able to sell it. I said, okay,
Mhm.
well, come with me. I'm having a speaking engagement, so come. And so it wasn't my event, but it was someone else's event I was speaking on. And as soon as I got finished speaking, I'll never forget. I introduced her and I told her she has this amazing book. But then after that, she came on to, she came up to say something and she said, and I'm part of Next Level. And I just, just like, yes, and this is my book. And her book sold out and she also had back order. But the
Mhm.
reason why I said that is because I noticed that it was one thing for her to write the book, but then it was another thing for her to believe that the book was worth sharing with other people.
Yes, absolutely.
And as soon as she believed that her book was worth being in the hands of other people other than herself, her book
Mhm.
just pretty much left her shelf. And I
Yes.
thought that was so powerful because part of what you do is helping people to discover who they are and also who they are within their business and being able
Yes.
to write a book that's going to capture all that. Because I heard you speaking about that this is another way to be able to help bring prospects into your world and to be able to build that trust and reliability. I'm just curious, how important is this? Because you just kind of like gave us another way to look at being an
Mhm.
author.
Yeah. It goes back to that mindset piece. Again, you're not doing anyone any good if you write a book and it is sitting on your shelf and yourself only. And so, thinking about some of the work that we do just with mindset, that belief piece is so powerful. The more that you believe in yourself, some of the exercises that we do is making announcements about you writing a book. Let the world know that you are starting this process so that you begin to plant this seed, and it's so important. So, we actually have someone that comes in that does mindset work with us. And so the mindset work is not just about the writing of the book. It is about the production of the book, the journey of the book, of book writing, the release of your book, believing that your story, believing that your knowledge and expertise really deserves to be out into that world. So the process definitely does not just stop once you write your book. Marketing your book is a process that you actually start from the beginning, to make sure that people are aware of the fact that your book is coming out into the world. And so we also work through and talk through that within our program as well.
No, that's perfect because I was going to ask that. So you take them from the beginning and not just writing a book, but also marketing, which is so important because that's the most important piece right there once they
Hmm.
overcame the hurdle of writing a book. So
Absolutely.
I'm just so curious. I know our audience is curious also. What got you inspired and started, doing this?
I noticed a lack of voice for women of color in this field. It actually started back in college when I saw myself for the first time, and not myself, but someone who looked like me on the stage telling her story. And up until that point, I felt as if I was alone in this journey of being a person of color on a predominantly white campus. And when she came to our campus and performed, and started to tell her story, I saw myself in her, and there was a release. And I've also seen that release when I'm performing for others, and students see my story in themselves. They now become more empowered. And so I've found the importance of voice, the importance of story, and the importance of legacy when we start talking about building our businesses. If nobody knows about our business, then what are we doing, right? And so, as someone who is very, very busy and time is really, really tight, I cannot be in several places at what time, but my book can. The stories that are within the book when I am no longer on this earth will live on past me. So, those lessons, that knowledge, that expertise will live on past me. And so, I really found um, the ways in which words can move an audience and really have that impact and that what I call like that ripple effect, that humming effect beyond just me and my community. And it all started with me first seeing myself, what they call mirrors. I first saw myself mirrored on stage. I saw myself mirrored in a book, and that then gave me the authority to be able to stand in my own power, and to be able to use that to my advantage and to build connections with people. And so that's really what storytelling and books do for us, is to build connections with folks. And what better way to do that than to bring people into our business and our mission.
I just love it. I just love it. That is so powerful. That is so powerful. Thank you, Heather. We always know when you come onto a platform, you're going to provide us great nuggets and great tools to continue to grow our businesses, and realizing how powerful a book can be. I'm sure that
Mhm.
a lot of people are going to want to get started, to be able to write their book. I love the way you have your packages. Just curious, any sneak peek into, because 2023 is a big year. So I know
Mhm.
that you're a super busy entrepreneur. Any sneak peeks on what they can expect come, in the future, wishes in 2023, from you?
I love that. I will say behind the scenes, our team is growing. Our team of editors, our team of coaches, our team of book designers, which is really, really exciting for Bird's World as we begin to grow and reach our goal of helping 1,000 women of color by the end of 2025. We want to make sure that we are able to sustain that growth with the amount of people that are coming. I will also say that the growth that is happening within our morning writing sessions that we have, is something, a community that is going to catapult people into their purpose, into their book writing process, that is going to be like nothing else. And so that's only going to continue to grow, as we move forward and expand when we start thinking about the power in community. I will also say that we have a in-person intensive that will be coming up within the next 6 months that I am super super excited about. Not only partnering with a book coach and editor friend of mine as we are building this out in the Chicago area, but also with other business owners that are in Chicago. So definitely look out for that. If you are interested, you can scan this QR code to find out more information. But those intensives are going to be really great, because what you do behind a computer screen on your own and what you do in community is like nothing else. And so definitely keep your eyes open for that.
Well, there you have it. We are super excited. We are keeping our eyes wide open for that, because we know you're doing an amazing job in
Thank
the
you.
Chicago area and surrounding areas. So please keep up the good work, you and your amazing team.
Thank
So, that being said, I want to take time to just say thank you for coming onto the platform. Thank you for sharing this amazing information on how we all can become authors and be able to share our business and opportunities with prospect to gain more customers and clients, but also to leave a legacy.
Absolutely.
Without further ado, I want to also thank our guests, the ones that are coming for the replay and the one that are here right now. We thank you for taking time to listen to our broadcast. Continue to stay tuned, because every other week we are coming onto the platform Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we are sharing, and you're going to be able to hear from amazing global women entrepreneurs. They're going to continue to share about their business, their journey, and also how they can be able to inspire, motivate, and encourage you to continue growing in your business as well. I am the CEO and founder of Next Level 2 Women Entrepreneur. My name is Sunshine. I'm super excited about the 10K Global Women Business Tour. I want to say this is going to be one of the amazing tours ever, just because we have so many dynamic women. They're going to bring so much value onto the platform. Please continue to tune in and check us out on talk2sunshine.info. Talk the number 2 sunshine.info to keep just keep up with all the things that we're doing for women entrepreneurs. If you're not in our VIP private group, you're definitely missing it, as these women continue to network and connect with each other. Until further ado, we want to say good night to everybody, and thank you all for coming on to the broadcast.
Bye, y'all.